Good afternoon. This is the December 10th meeting of the Bylaw Review Committee of the Town Council, being presented via Zoom and captured by LCAT for a later YouTube presentation. The members of the committee are myself, Pat Henry, Bill Fonseca from the school committee, Tom Christensen from the Assistant Superintendent of DPW, and is Ralph with us?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, and hopefully soon, Town Councilman Ralph Page and Jean Quaglitti, Clerk of the Council. Welcome all. I think we are ready to review the bylaws. I mean the
Minutes.
minutes. Yes. I think Jeannie would like that. And the first minutes that we're going to review are November 24th, Jeannie?
Yes.
Okay. I had a couple of almost typographical corrections to the first page, right about in the middle under Community Preservation Committee, Chapter 185, says the town manager shall appoint additional 3 at large. It should be an additional
Okay.
3 at large, and at large should really have a colon in it, at large.
You mean a hyphen?
A hyphen, yeah, thank you.
All right.
And the next page, Chapter 60, School Committee, I think it would be clearer if we had said the committee had previously agreed to add the annual report to Section 260, because it didn't take place at this meeting.
Okay.
That's it, that's all I have. Hello, Ralph.
Hello.
Hey, Ralph.
Now I have
Hey,
to-
Ralph.
Hey, there you guys are.
Anywhere?
Already a long day.
Yeah. We're just through, we're just discussing the November 24th minutes. I made a couple of typographical, very minor changes, edits. Anybody else? Anybody with substantive complaints? Ralph, did you have any notes on that you made on this, or?
Did not have any notes on the minutes at all.
Okay.
Wonderful. All right, then I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second,
Thank you, Ralph. All right. Roll call vote. Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Ralph,
yes.
and I'm a yes. Thank you. And now the minutes of December 3rd. Thank you for those minutes, Jeannie.
You're welcome.
Does anyone have any comments on that? I do have one. If I look at the middle of the first page, towards the bottom, it says Ms. Quaglitti had questioned General Code Senior Editor Claudia Zook, et cetera, et cetera. In the middle of the paragraph, it says Ms. Zook had responded that one option she recommended was to reference Chapter 424. All that is true, but I think what's missing is that I think she responded that the missing material was actually located in Chapter 424. That was her response, is no, it's not missing. It's actually in Chapter 424.
So do you want me to include that in?
Yes, so I would entertain a motion, or unless I can make it myself, to say Ms. Zook had responded that the missing material was actually located in Chapter 424 in full, comma, and that one option she recommended, blah, 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 blah. So just insert that parenthetical phrase. Does everyone follow that? Or shall we repeat? Seeing blank faces,
No, I'm good.
then I'll, anybody have any other nits like that? Good, then I'll ask for a motion to approve as amended.
So moved.
That was Tom.
Second.
That was Ralph. All in favor? I am in favor. Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
and Ralph.
Yes.
Thanks. Hey, as of the last meeting, I think I had completed all of my section from A11 through A19, except for the very last item on page A19, animals. And if we could address that, then we could check off this whole section of the Schedule A bylaws. So I'm looking at page Schedule A19, Chapter 315, Animals.
I had you getting through this one.
Yeah, I got all the way down to alcoholic beverages.
Oh, I thought I have you getting all the way to numbering of buildings, chapter 321 on A20.
Really?
When did you guys do that?
Well, A20 is not mine. Well, maybe it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I have no clue.
A20 is where that 10 pages would have ended.
Yeah, you're correct.
And that was,
I have myself through A19, and what I have noted for animals is that Claudia had made changes to the fees, to the fines, but that the town council had not approved those increases, so they needed to revert back. So what did we just approve in December 3rd?
so the November 24th minutes have us saying chapter 315 animals is okay as presented.
Right.
But
the
as
last point was the original section of the 82 bylaws was the prolonged confinement, and that was repealed.
Oh, so what you're saying is that this section is also repealed because we didn't approve these increases in fines. That the council did not approve them.
So this was that whole, there was this big long, and then it went back to state law or something.
Yes, that's true.
Are you in the workbook, Tom?
Well, I'm looking for where it is in the workbook. The animal control section starts on page 78 of the workbook.
I thought we had discussed all that.
Yeah.
What page does it start on, Tom?
In the workbook, 78. So the changes are in the workbook. There is a check mark as revised as follows on that first question, which changed all the fines in that tiny print there.
Yep.
But I have that we checked off do not revise.
That's what I have.
But they are revised, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Except if you go to the draft bylaw, page 144, they're as they were originally. $50 for first offense? No, they're wrong. Yeah, they're wrong.
They are wrong.
They're wrong. Yeah, they're wrong in both places.
Yeah.
And I don't think we picked that up. It wasn't, certainly wasn't okay as presented in this case. Because of the town council's action. Jeannie, can you see that?
No, I'm not following that. I'm on page 144 of the paginated draft, but
Yep.
what workbook question?
Workbook question would be question
15-001.
215-001, yes.
Okay, it's the first one. Yeah, they don't have that.
And it does say revised as suggested, so that is probably the reason that Jeannie sent it down that way.
I've got do not revise.
We talked about this.
We
And
did.
they did it, they just split it up into 3 different sections, A, B, and C. But isn't it the same? It's what we asked them to do.
Well, I'm speaking of the fines specifically. I'm not sure about A, B, and C. I'm speaking of the fines. It used to be 25, 50, and 75, and now it's 50 and 75 and 100.
But
Because
that's what we put in. That's what we put in.
Originally, we had asked them to do it, and then when we went in front of the council took a vote and said, no, we're not going to increase those fines. After
Okay.
Tom O'Connor had made a presentation.
A plea.
No, I mean, what he was saying made sense. And so
Yep.
after the council voted, then we were going to revert them back. And I just don't think it ever happened.
We didn't, no.
Okay. Well, that all makes sense.
And the other fines did not change. There was no suggestion to change them, and so they should stay the same. But this 315-2A should revert back to what it was. 25, 50, and 75.
25, 50, and 75, okay. And not 50, 75, 100.
Correct.
Okay. So that's something that they did correctly, but we have to change it.
Exactly.
I would
Yep.
put it that way. Yes, I think that's true.
All right. Okay.
I also have a note that said number 6 should be deleted in its entirety, but I'm not sure what number 6.
That was the original section 9.025 of the 1982 general bylaws. Prolonged confinement of dogs outside is,
Yes, that's right. I remember that now.
removed that because they put new language in.
Oh, that's right. So what we said was take number 6 out of
Right.
it completely. Make sure it doesn't appear in the PDF anywhere.
Right.
There is a note at the end of the chapter that said that was repealed.
A note would be fine. Yep.
Right.
Where'd you find that?
Page
There it is.
147.
I got it. 147. Yeah. Very cool. All right. So I would say that's fine. And now I have 820, 321 would be where my note says to start again. I hope I'm not.
Numbering.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope I'm not repeating these things.
Wait a minute. What did you say?
321 on page A20.
Buildings, numbering of buildings.
Oh, okay. 321.
Yes.
All right.
And I have, that is question 221-001 on page 92. And 221-002 on page 93, and I found these changes were okay.
So Tom, I think it was you that said that because the IT is in charge of the GIS and all, that's why it's now going to be the IT department.
Yeah, it streamlines things a lot faster because Mike Ray is when a new subdivision goes in, he puts the subdivision in, and while he's in there, bing, bang, bing, 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 boom, he just numbers everything.
Yeah, I thought the GIS guy was part of the DPW.
50-50.
I remember that discussion.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Mike,
How do you split
Technically,
the
it could
baby?
be either
How
because
do you-
it's the same person, but
You're splitting the baby.
I don't have an issue as long as the buildings get numbered properly. And, you don't drive down one street and get a number from another street. I think that was Acorn Street.
Yeah. Or as long as you stay off Benton, you're fine.
Yep. That too.
All right, so everybody cool? That's 321 is good.
Okay.
And 330 is the last one, and that is the collector treasurer shall be in charge of collecting the lien. And I could not find a question.
230-002.
No, I think that was strictly that we asked them to put collector and treasurer under one heading, under the universal.
I think that's where it came from, but where did they get the permission, Ralph, to eliminate the rest of the paragraph?
it's
And
230-002.
right.
Well, scratched.
Question. We revised as suggested, which was taking it all out.
Yeah.
Yep.
230-002. Good. Okay, excellent. Then I would say we're done with that long, tedious section. Anybody have any issues before we move on? Jeannie, do you suggest that we amend the minutes while we're still in session for that one item? Or do you want to just put it in the new minutes?
For the animals?
Yeah.
No, I think we should make a note that we revisit it in this meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any other outstanding items? Because I think then we'll basically move to the zoning. Right? Because we're done, Bill, we're done with
We finished mine last week.
your sections last week.
Yeah.
Mine, I believe, was done, the A1 through 10 is completed, I believe. I got one more thing to check, and now Tom's old 11 through 20 is done.
So, Bill, you had done up through what, 8:30, right? Because I know you had done a little bit of the bylaws, the
We
zoning.
did.
Yeah, I just got into, I went as far as, on my notes, section 450-4.5A, which is floodplain district.
Yeah, that's through page 830.
Right. That was the last one that I had.
Yes, I think we did do that. I remember the overlay.
Did.
Yeah.
So now we're on permitted uses, is that right?
Well, Pat and I had
It
had
started
read
that.
through the first couple pages, but I don't know if we just,
So did you find anything? Or did
there
you have
was a
any
few,
questions?
I think we made some notes that we wanted to check with you on, so. I don't know if, Pat, whatever your pleasure is.
Thank you. I'm looking right now. Yeah, okay, I got it. So many notes. Having to keep track of all you guys.
Glad somebody is.
Ralph's pages, which is really Tom's and my pages up to now.
Beautiful, I like that.
Okay, so I think number 19 was our first question. I think the implication is that Tom and I agreed A31 section or numbers 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 were okay. We
I
had no,
don't know where you are.
oh, we're
I
on
don't
page
know.
831.
Right, but the 15, 16, 17,
Those are the ones that are crossed out and no one knows why. In the left-hand column.
oh, I see, okay, I got it, okay.
It's like, Tom
Not
and I,
just crossed out, they're double crossed out.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there you go.
We really mean it. We really
831.
mean it
They're
this
all
time.
crossed out previous to that too. All the numbers are crossed
It's
out.
just zoning, we decided. Just the zoning has the double bars.
Yeah.
Because they really mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we were fine with crossed out sections 14 through 18. Ralph, you might want to look quickly at them. Just read them on the thing.
Yeah, so I mean, what you're saying is you guys were good with them, because I'm
Yeah.
good with all of them.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean,
But-
I've only got a couple little items within the whole chapter that I have questions on.
But at 19, my note says that Tom and I agreed to ask Ralph about A31, question 5.1A. That would actually be 18, wouldn't it?
And
Yes, it would be.
That would be 18.
questions does zoning start with?
350.
Thank you.
I know, they keep moving chapters and everything on us.
Yep.
Tom, I did not make any further notes as to why we were asking Ralph or what we were asking him about.
On 18,
Well, my note said 19, but then I referred to 5.1A, which is 18.
okay. So
One of those two, you, I believe, had a question.
I think we were maybe just double checking site plan review as specified in Article 9, like whatever that the highlighted portion there.
Yeah,
Okay, so number 18, guys, the reason the language was changed is if you looked at the zoning bylaws, at the back of it was an addendum that the town council had passed changes to change from Board of Selectmen to, in this case, we changed to the planning board. The plan of development is now a site plan review. But that was a separate bylaw that was voted on by the town council. And I don't believe originally Tom had sent that in. So when we went through, all those corrections were added and made. So I
That's
don't
what it was. That's what it was, Pat. There's no question that goes with that.
exactly.
Okay.
There's no
All right.
question.
All right.
Yeah, there's no
I got
question
looking.
that goes with it.
yeah,
That's something that I caught when I was going through the zoning. And so we submitted that to them.
Okay, perfect.
That makes sense.
See, told you Ralph would know.
yeah. What were we
Usually when
doing?
it comes to zoning, I'm pretty good, but it's racking my brain trying to remember everything.
Why were we trying to do this without him, huh, Tom?
Oh, you
we
just
ran
defer
we
things.
ran out of other stuff to talk about, Pat.
Ah, it's
Well,
fine.
then you adjourn.
So I
So
assume I had circled the next one too, Pat. I think we were just
Again,
double checking.
Number 20 was, again, a correction that, as far as I know, didn't have a question in the book.
Yeah.
We had submitted it because we had already voted, the town council had already voted to approve it.
Okay.
and I have a note on that it's okay as submitted.
Okay. Perfect.
And my notes say that 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 are all okay with us, with Tom and I.
Correct.
And so we got up to 27. And our question there was, why did we pull out 5.401 and 5.402? Which is says original subsections repealed. We couldn't answer it just by looking at it.
So it's-
This was golf course district, right?
Yes. So I'm looking at the old bylaws. It said 5.401 is any use permitted in a residence district. 5.402 is grounds for a golf course and only in conjunction therewith as accessory uses any of the following: practice, swimming pool, golf clubhouse, conduct of a restaurant.
That's because those are listed under the table of uses.
Okay.
And they said that it was redundant to have them in both places.
Very nice.
Sounds good.
Was that a question, Ralph?
Well, what I was looking at here was, what is it, 350,025? I was trying to correlate which one it was.
Okay.
But that's the building zoning map.
That's number 28 I have written down as questions 25 and 26.
Yep,
So
I have-
instead of listing the uses under the,
Right.
for 27, they reference the table for uses.
Yep,
So that's okay.
I think so.
Okay.
And we also looked at 29, Ralph, and we thought that was okay.
Yeah.
That was
What
one
was
of our
that?
easier ones.
Yes, yeah, we'll go with that's okay. I think it's funny that you read the zoning bylaw so many times and you just don't pick up on a spelling error like that.
Right.
We'll take your word for it, Ralph.
I don't read them so many times.
I don't either.
Bitch, I've read them 20 times.
See, if you did it 21 times, you would have found all those errors.
All right, so that was pretty quick, Tom.
Yep.
Wait a minute, that's all you guys got through?
Hey, we struggled without you, Ralph. Is that true, Tom?
Yeah, we needed the zoning czar.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So we are on page A33. Crossed
Yeah,
out
just-
number 30.
Yeah.
That one with the shot clock?
Huh?
Special- Kinda, Oh, yes, all this one was adding the word antenna.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
originally it said match both type and type. It's match both antenna type and type of existing antenna mounts.
So it's just match existing.
So all they had to do was add the word antenna. And it's question 350-029.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wrote.
And so where are we? Question 31. They're just removing one of the word use.
Mhm,
It was in there too many times.
mhm.
And again, that's question Pat 350-030.
Oh, I see it.
Yep.
So number 32, we added the word stormwater. Runoff on the premises and stormwater should be distributed on a public way, correct?
Yep, that was their suggestion.
I've got revised as suggested.
Yeah.
Yep. Question 33 is number 350-032. Their
Yeah.
suggestion is just to remove the words area and,
Yep.
so that it just reads the access driveways, which I was good with that. Section. Shown below. So this correlates to 350-033, right? Number 34.
I
in
thought
addition
it did,
to
but
parking
Yeah,
requirements.
but 033, where's that? That's for section 6D. It jumps from 6B to 6G.
Yeah, they made that revision in the question 33 was revised.
Right.
Okay, all right,
It's just not on the list here.
okay.
So we're up to number 35, right, Tom?
Yep.
what did we say about 34?
I mean, no, 34, Ralph.
4, yeah,
Cool. Okay.
6G.
Yeah, what I have for question 350-033 says change section I to section 350-5.6
Correct.
That's what I have.
with no.
They did that. That was done in the paginated. It's just not listed here. And that change was made on page 256 of the paginated. D1.
256, huh?
My God.
Right,
I need another computer.
Just put in for it.
Yeah, okay.
So 34 is good the way it is. 35 basically goes to the table. It's one parking space instead of per person. It's one parking space for each 3 seats. So they just removed per person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to correlate it with the questions, and they
Right.
don't always correlate.
No, that can get tricky.
I think it's 350-036.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So question number 36 is, which one does that correlate to? Plan to add the following to this table? Planned adult residential.
I think it's 035.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. It
That's,
just went back. So yes, you're
Yeah.
right, it is.
And
It is.
034.
So all they did was basically take it out of the text of the zoning bylaw and put it into the table. Which
Yep.
is good. Right where it should be.
And you can find that in the paginated version. I hate to be suspicious.
Yes.
You find it, Tom?
Yeah, so they revised restaurants. That's on page 257. And so is planned res unit and planned adult res development. And then used car lot is on page 258.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, so question number 37 correlates to question 350-039, which we had listed as revise as suggested. They added but not less than.
yeah,
Not less than
Okay.
one.
So number 38, they changed the Board of Selectmen to the town manager. And the Board of Public Works, they changed to the Department of Public Works.
So that's a generic. So the only question is, did they do it appropriately? Right?
I mean, yeah, it seems it,
Seems
unless,
reasonable.
yeah, I guess the only question would be, is town manager corrected or should it be town council?
Town manager.
Good, done.
Strong manager, form of government.
Good.
There you go. Oh, wrong committee.
Good. So 39,
mhm.
Washing facilities.
car washing is no longer permitted by right. Damn.
Which is correct. I believe it was under the table. It was listed as special permit, but in the write-up, it was permitted by right, and it's supposed to be special permit.
Special permit.
So number 40.
Question 50-040.
That's question 042 in our workbook.
Yep.
I have 040, Jeannie.
040 also, she meant.
Yeah.
Not 042.
No, 42.
Oh, 42.
Well, maybe,
Maybe we're looking at different numbers. I'm still looking at the special permit number 39 on this list.
sorry, we had jumped to the next one, Jeannie.
Yeah. Because we said do not revise, so they didn't have it in the list of changes. Our question.
Change store to building. I got that. That is 42.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's all that was for that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 41. They simply changed from IND to I, which is the correct symbol for industrial garden park, or
Yeah.
industrial, sorry.
Which is question 043.
Yep.
Boy, I wish my part was this easy.
Some are, some aren't.
I don't see list change number 42 in our questions.
I'm still looking for it.
So Rob is,
See it in our questions either.
unless it's further down.
Well, there's only two questions with regards to signs.
I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote that it was good, but I have no clue where they got it from.
Google Doc.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think I had, my Google Doc doesn't have the zoning stuff in it, so I can't.
Do you want me to bother looking or
I
1
can't
o'clock?
look at, perhaps it's in the old bylaws.
Yeah, the signs were done over and
So that's right. We don't have, there's no Google Docs for the zoning bylaws.
I didn't think there.
It's just the
I-
general. Yeah.
Okay, so,
So where
Oh,
did
we
that
do.
come from?
yeah, so where would it, well, I'm looking in the old zoning bylaws.
so here we go. Signs must identify or otherwise relate to the primary use of the building, and such buildings may not be used for other purposes except that on vacant lots, non-illuminated real estate signs having an area not more than 35 square feet on which such signs are located is permitted.
So they've
Right.
inserted that for some
And they
reason.
added advertising the sale, rental, or lease of the premises.
Right.
But that, you think that's okay? We can just,
I didn't have a problem with it because
No,
that's
it-
exactly what the sign's for.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't locate that in the old zoning bylaws, huh?
No, I got it.
But it wasn't, that verbiage wasn't in there, so they added
No,
that.
not the, obviously not the bold underline that they added.
Curious.
Yeah, like I said, I'm okay with it. I just have, I couldn't find it anywhere.
Huh.
It's not on a table, is it?
Is it just clarifying
I was thinking if it's on
I
a
think it's
table
just
that way.
clarification of it.
what a real estate sign does?
Yeah, it's clarifying and it's kind of delimiting it too. So it can't be advertising a political party or,
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
that's good.
like
It
I said,
definitely
it's
tightened it up.
good. It tightened it up. It works.
Yeah.
Maybe they put it in after they did their legal analysis.
Yeah.
There could be standard for other towns.
Could be.
We didn't
I
have.
don't know, but I'm good with it. I'm happy with it. So. So with that note, we're moving on.
Moving on.
yeah, I think so.
Number 43. That is question number 44.
Right.
We had revises suggested, which was adding or any amendment to this bylaw.
That's what I got.
Everyone good
We're
with
good.
that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 44, I had revises suggested. And they added what, no longer carried or sold at the premises or any. And then they added, they removed the words or sold later on and on, they added.
Yeah.
Both of those look good to me. They were both revised as suggested.
That's what we approved. Yep.
Yep.
Question 45.
Oh, we already covered swimming pools.
A few times.
Yes. That relates to what? Question number 46. I had revised as follows, which
Yep.
is exactly what they have here.
Good.
Definition neighborhood pool. So question number 46 relates to question number 47 in the book. What did they do?
We did
Revise as suggested.
I don't see what they suggested.
So it says the definition includes regulations in subsection 2 through 5 that may be better located elsewhere in this section. Subsection 1 includes the definition. Subsections 2 through 5 could be included with the restrictions in subsection B. So from what I could tell is they kept all the language and all, they just moved it to better locations.
And it's all still there.
Mhm.
If we look on the big document. We can find it all.
What question changed the definition of neighborhood pool?
Oh, 47 talks about neighborhood pool. You mean the one that Ralph's definition, you mean? That one?
No, we're on question 46, right? On A34?
We already did that one.
Oh,
No, we're on question 46.
yep. It says the definition of neighborhood pool is amended in its entirety to read as follows.
So what they did is they moved that to the definition section. That, I believe that's what they're saying.
Well, I can find this on page 270.
Yep.
The definition of swimming pool, body of water 18 or more inches in depth at any point, blah, 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 ending in hotels.
No, the neighborhood pool is the one we're talking about, though, the one above it.
Yeah, and that's there too. A swimming pool not to
Yeah.
exceed 24 by 52.
Okay. But their comment
By a
is,
nonprofit organization.
they amended the definition of neighborhood pool in its entirety to read as follows. So when and where did we change the definition of neighborhood pool?
We may not have. They may have for us.
Okay.
Oh, no,
No.
isn't it? Oh, I don't know.
What did it read?
It had a whole bunch, there was
For neighborhood pool?
the original document. So, all right, so here we go, sorry.
Yeah,
Now I'm with you. There's subsections 2 through 5,
Right.
or A through, or B through E in the original bylaw. Okay? So
so they relocated, right?
the definition's right where it is and where it was. They deleted subsections 2 through 5, which were in the definition of neighborhood pool.
Yeah, I think they deleted that, but didn't they relocate it? That's what it sounds like, subsection,
Yeah, so I see what you're
which will
saying,
be
Rob. So,
better located elsewhere in the section.
right, so a neighborhood pool shall be this is B, for instance, one of the
Right.
ones that's not in the definition anymore. A neighborhood pool shall be operated under a set of bylaws which include safety rules, limited guest privileges, as well as regulations, blah, 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 blah.
Right,
they're-
so that
they
shouldn't
moved
be
it.
under definition.
So, okay. All right, so looking further down that page, 270 of 480. Exceptions is B2, and A is that sentence I just read.
Right.
B is C.
Yeah, all they did was just relocate it.
So they took it out of the definition
Yep,
and they moved all those exceptions
Yeah.
right.
to a new subsection called exceptions. That sounds fair.
Which is exactly what we asked them to do under question 47.
Right. I was getting thrown off by subsections 2 through 5, which is actually B through E.
I know, trust me, that I do remember. I'm like, where'd these go?
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Nope.
No, I appreciate that. That was my question is whenever they have something like that and they say, oh, we'll move this here, we'll move this here, we'll move this here. Well, you got to be sure they actually did. And that it still reads right.
Yeah, because their only note for amended at time of adoption of code is 455.9 swimming pools, meaning they changed the whole thing.
Yep.
So this looks good to you though,
Okay.
Ralph, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you, Ralph.
Yep.
So the next one is question 47, which is the definition of swimming pool. We talked about that. I
Yeah.
sent Jeannie an updated definition of what the entire thing should read. So that
Yeah.
she just send that to general code.
Mhm.
So with that, they're gonna readjust this whole definition because it was wrong. So we're fixing it. 48.
Mhm. This is what I was just saying. This is
Exactly.
all that.
That goes to that.
Okay. If I was just more patient, Ralph.
No, trust me. Like I said, a lot of times you go through, you get to one and you're going ahead looking at questions, and the question was 3 back.
Yeah. And one number apart on our workbook question numbers and the numbers on this one.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yep.
No,
Maybe
So
that's
yeah,
why
I
we
don't- we
crossed them
Number
off.
48.
What?
You have 48?
we're good with 48?
Yep.
And what number was that in the questions?
That was that.
The whole swimming pool thing.
That was 47, Pat. That was all that information got moved into this location.
Oh, okay, I checked that off, yep. Thank you.
So, so question number 49. That relate to one in our questions?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Mine go to marijuana.
I remember it,
Yeah, I remember this.
I do too.
yeah.
But it looks like, from what I can see in here, they removed the word such and inserted sound.
Right.
Right.
I'm guessing
Producing or reproducing of sound in such a manner.
Yeah, so we changed that nomenclature in the noise section of this,
Right.
and so they
Right.
just carried it over.
I thought that was a question.
In noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not in zoning, that's in noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they carried it forwards, I believe, into, or this was their suggestion, maybe it read reproducing of such in such a manner. And they,
Yeah, could have been a simple.
I bet you that's what it was.
Yeah.
Either way.
Nothing major.
Lead-in statement. Purpose of this article is. That is question 350, number 50. And we had revised as suggested.
Right.
You good with that one, Pat?
I'm still trying to catch up. I was unable to find noise in my list of,
No.
I think Ralph's right, Pat. I think that was just a typo.
So I think this was one of their
one of their,
typo changes that they made.
okay.
Yep. Hey, so 5.98 protection of property rights in the existing bylaw. The sentence reads phonograph, other machine or device for the producing or reproducing of such in such a manner. So they just made that change because it didn't make sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice, Claudia.
Thanks, Claudia.
Your best.
So Pat, question number 50
Yep,
relates, believe it or not, to question number 50
yeah.
in our workbook.
The
We
purpose,
had revised as suggested,
I got it.
and it's a lead-in statement that says the purpose of this article is, and so that was good.
Yep,
Question 51.
I think they fixed that on their own.
Yeah. That was a question further back, right?
Yes. So they added the word park because it only said industrial garden, and our district is the industrial garden park. So I believe they fixed that on their own, which is perfect.
yep. Can't complain anyway.
Mm.
All RMDs.
Yep, so question number 52 relates to question number 51 in the workbook.
Mhm.
They changed the word of to in,
Up to
and
end.
we had revise as suggested, so that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Question number 53 was once again changing the Board of Selectmen to town manager, which we had sent them all of those throughout the zoning bylaws. That was already a bylaw that had been passed. So they just went through and updated basically.
Yep, that's generic, so that's fine. And it's appropriate.
Now, some people wish we still had a board.
Yep.
Oh, I hear that every day.
Gee, so do I.
Number 54. Appeals of the Board of Appeals.
That looks like a typo fixed.
Yep, I was just looking to where it relates to question number 53, right?
Yep. Administration to administrative.
Right.
Got it.
And then number 55 relates to question number 54 in the workbook. And it's just changing the word of to for,
Can
which
we
we
back
had
up, Bill?
revised as suggested.
Can we back up to the change number 54 on the list of changes? It looks like they added 40A after the word chapter. That wasn't in the original workbook, question 53?
Chapter 40A is the zoning bylaw.
Right, so they added that in.
Yeah, it's not there.
They just carried it down. They mentioned it earlier in that subsection and they just carried it.
Oh,
down.
yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry.
No. Fine.
for petitions.
Wonder if that's just an edit. Oh, no, it's question 350-054.
Yeah, the next two are questions
Right.
that they fixed.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're on question number 56, right?
Yeah.
Which relates to number
Yes.
55 in the workbook.
Right.
And they simply changed the word in to with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had revised as suggested.
Yep.
Number 57, I believe that is, we asked them to change building inspector to commissioner. That was just the general.
What about that last added? Where'd that come from?
Shall issue no permit. Did it correlate? Remember. Board.
I don't see a question.
I don't
I
either.
think what they did is
Put
they
that in.
changed the appropriate board to the appropriate board, which is the planning board, which is the special permit granting authority. So
And what
instead
did
of
it
saying appropriate board, they listed the zoning board of appeals and the planning board.
Is that correct?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. a good clarifier, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
is.
does. I just didn't see where it related to a question, but
I don't either.
it's accurate and correct.
Looks like the next three are just those, the verbiage,
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
universal
The
changes.
58, 59, and 60 are all just universal changes.
We just have to be sure that they're appropriately, it is town manager and not town council.
Yeah, the Board of Selectmen to town manager, selectmen to town manager, selectmen to town manager, and
Inspector to
inspector to commissioner.
commissioner.
So those may have been ones that we sent, because when we did, like I said, in the back of the zoning bylaws, Tom's got a whole list, because I had gone through all the zoning bylaws and updated them. The council voted on it, and it didn't get put into the zoning bylaw.
So that's question 350-001.
Yeah, I'm not going
Going-
back there.
Yeah.
Going back, going
Don't go
way
back.
back.
It's the terms appear in the following sections in the zoning, and they were listed out, and we checked every single one of them.
Because they weren't all the same
Correct.
Right.
down the line.
So
Okay.
that's what those are all.
Yeah, there they are. He's right.
So we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to 61, which
Yep.
is question 656.
56. Changing requested to required
Option 1, yep.
Yep,
in option 1. Good with that?
yeah.
So question number 62 relates to question number 57. We left it revised as suggested, right?
Correct.
Yep,
Yep.
that's right. And they did.
Yep. Oh.
Let me ask a question. Ralph, you have notes on all these already, right?
I have check marks. I went through everything.
So I'm just throwing out to the group, if Ralph would bring out any questions that he has that he would like to share with the board, and we could accept his acceptances of anything that was done in accordance.
So if it's okay, we won't even discuss it. Just jump to whatever.
Well, that's a proposal I'd like to throw out there in view of the fact that time is money and we are not contributing a lot if there's no question, if it's being done. However, anytime Ralph would have a question, he certainly would want the advice of the board. How do you feel, Ralph?
So just to let everyone know, from here forwards, I had everything checked off and there was no other questions.
Me too.
We've already answered the swimming pool and the other question that I had.
Excellent.
Okay.
So everything was okay.
So what I was trying to do, Pat, is put workbook questions, the number of those to the number of these to help you out. But if
Yeah.
you're okay with that, I am good with the rest of the zoning. They did a great job with it.
So I really have no changes then to know.
Nope.
There was one thing that I had noticed, and I hate to go backwards again, Ralph.
Backward.
It was question 20 or 21.
Do you mean on the list of changes?
Sorry, nope. Question 350-21.
Okay.
I stopped myself from going into the rabbit hole, but I do not believe they made the change on the, hold on a Sorry, hold on. I gotta open some sunflower seeds here. Here you go. Here you go. In the uses, there was one that, let me find it, sorry.
So in the table of use,
Yep. One of them, where the heck is that? I got it tabbed, don't I? It is, all right, so 450, man. 5 point,
so it should be under planned unit district in the table, planned unit residential district.
I'm just trying to decipher my notes from October 21st. Excuse me.
How long have we been at this?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Almost a year.
All right,
Is that page 344 in the paginated?
thank you. So there was, what did I say? Table has SP. Oh, I'm gonna have to jump around here. And I'm trying to think now, did we just remove a bunch of, it was something about townhouses. They weren't in the table, but they're listed in 455.3. Bear with me. This is a solid argument already brewing. Can't find anything. It's funny that a lot of the other sections list the permitted uses and we remove them from the golf recreational district. Okay. So use is allowed, so 5.3C, which is on page 238, use is allowed by special permit in planned unit residential development. There's single family townhouses, multifamily, and recreational and open space. And I want to say, I can't find townhouses, hold on.
Townhouses is listed on page 238, C2.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find townhouses in the chart now because I do not believe it said SP.
And Jeannie, you had the page number for the chart, right?
Yeah. And I forgot it. I said it so long ago, you know?
Short-term memory, first thing to go.
My God.
354 or something like that?
340 something?
Was it
333 is the table, or somewhere in there.
There.
What am I getting? So townhouses wasn't in the table, I guess, is my point.
well, the table I'm looking at is 3-2 for planned unit residential PUR district, but I don't know if that's the table you're referring to, Tom. On page 344.
344.
In
Is
the
that what we're in?
paginated.
No, that's 344.
344, yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
that's the dimensional
That's
regulations.
dimensional.
okay, so,
That's just dimensional.
I apologize. I'm not, it's something about so the townhouses are listed as a special permit use in planned unit residential development bylaw. But townhouses are not in the table of uses. Are you following me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm actually doing a search for townhouses in the code version,
Okay.
and I don't see in a table. I don't know how it would pop up in a table though.
Tom, when you're saying table of uses, where does that?
The table of uses starts on page 331.
Of the paginated.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's because a multifamily dwelling, a townhouse is considered a multifamily dwelling. And the multifamily dwelling is the one listed in the table.
Okay.
So I think if
Well-
you go to definitions, under multifamily dwellings, it says
Townhouse.
townhouses, da, 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 da.
Okay, well, then thank you for getting me to where I eventually wanted to go was single-family dwellings in the PURD also need a special permit, and it says it has a Y there, right? Single-family detached dwelling says yes. It is allowed.
Right. It's allowed by right, not under a special permit.
Well, it's listed under uses allowed by special permit. This was,
Okay.
I'm finally getting to my point, Ralph. 15 minutes later. 15
That's
minutes.
the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
See what I'm getting at?
So you're looking on page 332?
So 332
Yep.
under B residential uses, the first one down is single family detached dwelling.
Right.
Fire over to PUR.
It should be SP.
That's the way it reads. Planned
So
unit.
read special permit.
No, multi-family dwelling does. Single family does not.
Well, the question 021 talks about multifamily. Do you see a
Okay.
question that talks about
Okay,
single
so now I'm finally getting back to October 21st.
family? Okay.
When I was looking at this, that's when I noticed that the single family didn't have an SP, which it should, because that's how it's listed in the bylaw.
Is the bylaw correct?
I don't know. There's ambiguity, so something ain't right.
Why would a residential use need a special permit?
Right.
That was my question.
Because of the zone, I guess. I'm not sure. Because it's a planned unit residential development.
Well, I can understand why it would be a special permit because it's a planned unit.
Right. So basically the first line of this is planned unit residential developments shall be permitted in the planned unit residential district only upon issuance of a special permit with site plan review. That's how the whole thing starts. So if you want to do anything in that zone, you need a special permit.
Right.
So I think,
Right. Planned unit development needs a special permit. It's just like the new one that we just did, the mixed use village, needs a special permit in order
Right.
to do it.
correct.
So that needs to be correct. Go ahead.
But there's gonna be certain things, I think, under there that once the development's created would be allowed. I don't have my zoning book in front of me to go through it.
Okay, no, my only question was, one of the uses listed that's allowed by special permit is single family dwelling, and the chart does not match that. The chart has a Y, and the book says it's SP. That's all. And I'll be honest with you, I did not want to go down the rabbit hole, so that's as far as I went.
That's a good tip. Do we want to table this for the next meeting?
Yeah, do you want to look into that, Ralph, for us?
Yeah, let me look into it.
Okay. Sorry about the other 8 minutes before I got to my point.
Hey, it's okay.
Took us that long to find it in all of
Yeah.
our sources we have.
You walked
I
us through
said,
some pages we never saw before.
Hmm.
All right. So should we take at least a straw vote that the group is comfortable with Ralph's review, which I certainly would be. And unless there's anything that he brings up, not like this question that Tom brought up, we're good with this section.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
great.
good to me.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thanks, Ralph.
Good
Yeah, I
job,
appreciate
Ralph.
that. I mean, I'm looking at these people in front of me and I'm saying, we can do better. We can be occupied more diligently than looking over Ralph's shoulder on the zoning.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good call, Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Our next meeting, according to my records, is Wednesday at 2:30,
Correct.
the 16th.
And as soon as I get things firmed up, I will let you know whether or not I'm going to be around.
Whether or not you can do it. Yeah, we appreciate that, Bill. Does anybody else have anything else for us? Anything else on the agenda? Jeannie, I need to talk with you about the legal question, how to move this towards the lawyers.
Yeah, right,
Because who knows how long that'll take or
right.
what gyrations he wants to go through. Or what he's going to want to see.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So do you have any questions, Gene?
I do not at this point.
All right. Then, again, I want to indicate.
I can see the smoke over here in Ralph's corner. I'm so sorry, Ralph.
No, I remember specifically something in there, change this one from this to this. I'm just trying to remember what the heck it was.
It's going to be up all night. You're going to get an email around maybe 1:30 tomorrow morning for this.
Yeah, we don't mind how long it takes you, Ralph. We just don't want to be involved.
Yeah, he did give me his phone number. That was his mistake a long time
That's
ago.
oh God, forget it. Turn it off.
All right, I'll
It'll
entertain.
probably take me 2 minutes when I'm done, so.
Yeah. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? I am. Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
and Don.
Oh, he's done.
Hey, thanks, guys. And
Thanks,
See ya.
everybody. Thanks, Jamie.
See you next
See
time.
you later.
Bye, guys. Bye.